Welcome back, everyone, to the Roman Show. And on the line, I have Ethan of the band Great American Ghost. They are currently right now on tour. In fact, they will be visiting Florida early February. Looking forward to that. But right now, they have an amazing EP which just dropped, Torture World. Ethan, thanks so much for your time. I've had the opportunity to listen to some of that music. It's absolutely, man, you guys came out rocking and rolling, hard-hitting, smashed, man. Congrats on the EP.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
You know, it's so funny because when I speak to you, you seem like a very chill, calm person. But when you listen to the music of Great American Ghost, it's a whole different sound that you get from your voice.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm such a chill, calm person, because I'm a crazy person on a record, and when we play, that's my trade-off, you know what I mean?
So now the feedback from the EP, I've noticed that a lot of the media, of course, we could always have our opinion about the media, but for the most part, from what we've seen, a lot of positive review on your EP. What have been the feedback from the fans so far, since you've already been on the road playing some of these tracks live?
Yeah, I mean, it's been wild. I mean, the reviews have been really great. I've seen a lot of them, more than normal, actually, which is a nice thing. And if we play two of them live, and even just in the week that the record's been out, people have been singing along to those two. So honestly, it's felt really special. It feels a little bit different, which is really cool. So I'm very grateful, very thankful to be back and doing this.
So there's so many topics out there right now to write about because the world that we're living on right now, I mean, just turn around, turn on the news. Heck, you might even just go outside in your front yard. You might find something to write about because of the craziness in this world. But what would you attribute to some of the lyrics in this EP that were the motivation behind it?
Yeah, I mean, things are pretty messy right now. Things are a little train. Yeah, I wrote the lyrics when we recorded the EP. I wrote them all on the spot. Honestly, the lyrics range from being about QAnon and how I think the people that believe in QAnon are stupid, and then it ranges all the way from there to people just losing their empathy for others. I feel like there's things that we can all do to take care of each other, and we're not doing those things because it seems to me like people just are content with not doing anything, and I don't think that that's right. And it goes all in between those things. I mean, there's just a lot of issues in the world right now, and it's tough to touch on all of them, but when something strikes me in just such a way, I do try to write about it the best that I can. I try to put it into my own perspective, and hopefully people can relate to it when they hear it,
So you said you put your mind into paper and you wrote this thing all at once, this entire EP?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's pretty great. So how long does it take you for the most part to come up with all these songs or these lyrics?
Well, we recorded them over the course of 10 days, and I wrote every day for 10 days. So we wrote 4 songs, and I wrote all the lyrics in about 10 days.
Wow. Now, I understand that during the pandemic, you guys had your little challenges there, but how did you guys overcome that, and did it make you stronger as a band together to create the music that you just created with this EP?
Yeah, I think so. I think that it brought Nico and Davo and I together a lot more. The three of us basically only had each other when everything was going on, and we live across the country from one another, but we were in constant contact and just trying to keep this alive. There was a little while there where we weren't sure what we were going to do or if we wanted to continue it. It was pretty dark. It was pretty bleak. And then, slowly we just started kind of having like these conversations about what we would want to sound like if we came back. And the second you start having those conversations, then you're basically back. And we had a lot of conversations, and it all kind of led to Torture World. And now we have a new guitar player named Grayson Stewart, and so we're a 2 guitar player band again. And we have a bass player out here with us on tour, and we're looking to have a full-time bass player by the end of this tour. And just the structure that we've created with the band itself has made us stronger. I think that we're in a better position than we've ever been. So it was hard, but I think we came out the other side of it in the only way that we could, really.
And looking back at some of your past singles, past music, it seemed, and again, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it seemed that the tune it lasts a little longer. It's a little bit more melodic. Is that the path that you guys are leaning towards to, compared to, and I mean, I'm going back to your first record, but comparing it to what I hear now from this EP, that's kind of like the sound that I got.
Yeah, I mean, we like. We just do what we like, basically, and Nico and I are the soul, like, not the soul, but we're the main songwriters. So Nico and I both, like, we have these conversations about stuff that we like, and then we'll have a conversation about this thing that we like. We, put it into a song, and when we have this, next thing about a next thing we like, and stuff, it's like more melodic, but also, in my opinion, a much angrier sound. I mean, I think that we're metal, more metal than we've ever been, angrier than we've ever been, but also, like you said, a little bit more melodic than we've ever been. So it's been fun and interesting, especially from our first release, which was, to me, like true metalcore record. Now it's kind of leaning into all these different things.
So you mentioned about putting all the writing, the lyrics on in one day. But are you that type of writer that if you think of something, you write it down, you email it to yourself, or you store it on a USB or on an iPad or whatever it is, to kind of circle back and say, hey, maybe this is something I can write in the near future, or you just write it all at once, like you said, in 10 hours or 10 days?
I do write some stuff down. I definitely write things down, like little lines or little ideas that I have, or, like I do write down, like, topics sometimes. Like I'll write something down that I kind of want to mention or something like that. I mean, the process is constant. You're always kind of writing, you're always kind of making new stuff and trying to get to that point where you make something that you can be truly proud of. So, if something strikes me, then I try to write it down, and yeah, it's a tough process, but it's probably the most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life. So I'm happy with it.
So which of these songs from the EP do you like playing live, and why?
Well, right now we only played two of them, and I really like playing Womb a lot, just because it's so heavy and fast and fun. And I didn't know that it was a circle pit song until this tour, when people started circle pitting during it. So we've never had a circle pit song, so that's exciting. And yeah, I just like that song because it's heavy. We haven't played Torture World or Death yet, but we will play both of them on the Euro tour that we're doing in May. And so I'm feeling like I'm either going to really love or really hate playing Torture World. So we're going to see. I'm excited to try that one out for sure.
And what have you seen from the fans themselves now that we are in this, I guess we're in a pandemic, or whatever the heck we are nowadays. I don't know what to believe.
I would call it an end. I think it's an endemic.
I think that's what we're leaning towards too. Yeah, I think that's what we're leaning to. But how do you see the fans reacting now? Or are just metal fans are like, you know what, whatever, we're here for the music, let's just party, man?
I would say that the fans have, I think that we all have like a collective goal, which is to not lose this again. So, we've all been wearing masks on this tour, and, the fans have been really understanding. People have been really understanding about, like, if I take a picture with you, like, we all have to be wearing masks, and that's really nice of them to understand. And like playing live, they give you a little bit of space. It's just like, I just think that the pandemic has changed everybody's understanding of like social cues and just existing in a social manner. So I think that people can't help it but to be like cautious but excited. I mean, that's kind of the feeling I've gotten from every show, and it's been really nice. I mean, we've all been taking care of each other, and that's the thing that I've noticed the most.
Yeah, it is a nice thing when we come together instead of fighting for useless things. But so what's in the future here for 2022? You mentioned about a European tour. Right now you're on the leg of the United States tour here. You're coming to Florida. But what are the rest of the plans for the rest of the year in 2022?
Yeah, we got the rest of this U.S. tour, and then this tour goes to Europe, and we're doing a European tour in May. And then we have some festivals that I can't talk about yet. And we got some tours I can't talk about yet. And we got some stuff I can't talk about yet. So I got a lot of stuff I can't talk about. But just know that we will be around you, whoever is listening. We will be at wherever you go to shows. We'll be there multiple times this year. And we are very excited about it.
And we're excited to have you, man, to have music back. It's an opportunity for us fans to get out there and just, let it release some of that stuff that we've been wanting to get out for these 2-3 years or whatever the hell we've been in this thing. But Ethan, thanks so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you live somewhere, somehow. We're in Florida here, so we look forward to seeing you this week coming up in early February and catch you on stage and on the pit. So Ethan, thanks so much for your time, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, man. Thanks. Cheers.